Hello, I am Dr. PPP. I am the celebrity guru, award winning author of the book You Are the Celebrity. I am the marathon man who ran not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, not seven, not eight, but nine marathons in my lifetime by God's grace and your blessings. First marathons in 1 week, sixth and seventh marathons in 1 week by God's grace and your blessings. I am the Himalayas Guru who is climbing the Everest, the Himalayas by God's grace and your blessings. If the celebrity guru can write, so can you. If the marathon man can run, so can you. If the Himalayas Guru can climb, so can you. Life is the movie. You are the celebrity. Life is the celebration. You are the celebrity. Life is the marathon. You are the marathoner. Life is the book. You are the author. I am the Guinness World Records. I am the number one international bestseller, magnetic entrepreneur, award winning author of the book Magnetic Entrepreneur, a personality that attracts. I am the Guinness World Records number one international bestseller of the book Magnetic Entrepreneur, world renowned. I served in the Canadian Army as the engineer by God's grace and your blessings. I'm showing this awards and rewards not to impress you, but to impress upon you. If the small boy who born in the world's beautiful country called Mother India's beautiful province called Gujarat, who gave Mahatma Gandhi, NASA astronaut Sunita Williams, that villager boy went to medical college to fulfill his father's dream to become the doctor, even though his dream was to become the pilot at age two or three, and his dream was to become the world's biggest praise priest guru the world has ever created. But again, his father's dream to make him the doctor, so he went to live his father's dream. Even though he has a dream to become the engineer, but again, he went, sacrificed all these dreams to become the pilot, to become the guru of the world, spiritual guru of the world, as well as to become the engineer, and went 400 kilometers close to his home, living in a hostel. That boy suffered inferiority complex because of English. That boy suffered homesickness. That boy is a suicide survivor by God's grace and your blessings. And same boy went to North America to live his dream. And North America is one of the best country called Canada. English speaking country, developing country, from third world country, developed country to developing country, and lived not one, not two, not 10, not 20, but 24 years of his life in English speaking country. The boy who suffered in petty complex. Same boy who writes his first book, second book, third book, fourth book, fifth book, and last but not least, sixth books. All these books in English, who suffered in petty complex in English during his medical college. So, if that boy becomes the world's one and only, the celebrity guru, so can you. You can bypass this boy, tear it apart, this boy, and you can achieve your wildest dreams. I am honored, privileged, humbled, blessed, and super excited to introduce you the veteran from USA who is Latino, who is my brother, who is the Guinness World Records number one international book of the book Magnetic Entrepreneur, world renowned. Who was the MC who gave me this award at Canada's authors event? Again, both the events offered by none other than my brother Robert J. Moore. And that the man, by God's grace, he connected both of us, man. So Robert J. Moore, hats up to you, brother.
Amen.
Yeah, man. Same boy, same my buddy, my brother became from author, number one international bestseller, to publisher, man. And he's creating authors. He's creating authors. He says he's America's number one spiritual coach. What I'm saying is, brother, you are selling yourself low, man. You are not the world's first. You are the universe one and only spiritual fitness, not coach, spiritual fitness guru, brother. So
Thank
change
you.
your brand. Sail from, still you're sailing in the sea of sameness. Still sea of sameness. Brother, sail from sea of sameness to the island of individuality by declaring from today onward that, hello, I'm Emilio Roman. I am the universe one and only spiritual fitness guru, man. So without further ado, and I've interviewed thousand celebrities from all over the world, but you are the first veteran I'm interviewing you. And when I show this one, man, you just give salute, not salute to this body, but salute to the people who are giving the life for that country, man. And talking about the countrymen, this is the country where I'm coming from, Mother India. And this is the country where my brother Emilio is living for, and serve the nation, the one of the powerful country in this world called USA. So without further ado, with my so long, almost 8 minutes of intro, help me welcome who is patiently ready to change your lives, and not one or two or 20 or thousand, but not even millions, but he's ready to change billions of lives. So, my
Wow.
brother Emilio, hola, amigo, welcome to the show, brother.
Hey, Dr. PPP, thank you, my brother. In spirit, thank you, my brother. You are truly an amazing individual. Thank you for the introduction. Uh, but I really have to say, when I salute you, I'm saluting you as a soldier. I'm saluting the God within you, which you so share with the world. I love the prayer. People didn't see this. People saw the intro, but they didn't see that before we jumped on to the live. Dr. PPP said to me, "Do you want to begin the prayer or do I?" This is the man behind the camera. This is the celebrity guru that's in front of you. Dr. PPP is a real, genuine man. Whenever you're in an event with him, and I've been with multiple events, as he described, I was the MC for Robert J. Moore's Magnetic Entrepreneur. And whenever Dr. PPP is in the room, you know it. So thank you for having me on, brother. Thank you.
This is my brother, man. I was
Thank you.
so energetic and everything. And, man, he gave me valuable, valuable, multi trillions dollars of worth of tears
Thank you,
of
brother.
joy, man. This is it, man. This is it. See, man, I never ever cry when my guest introduce myself, or when my guest introduce his first 30 seconds, man. This is the energy, man. This is the
Thank
energy.
you.
Wow. So, brother, introduce yourself. Who is this Emilio Roman who is changing the world, man? One person at a time. Share your story, brother. Go ahead.
Well,
Take
thank
the
you,
stage.
brother. Thank you, brother. You know, my mission is simple. It's very clear. It's in everything that I do, my marketing, and when I talk to people, my mission is simple. I help individuals tap into their spiritual gifts. That's it. And so a lot of us are really playing small, right? Now, you and I are both readers. They say readers are leaders. And we both share the same people that we buy their programs, connections. So we're pretty well versed in this arena of personal development and spiritual enlightenment. We're pretty connected there. But one of the quotes that I love is Nelson Mandela when he said, "Who do you think you are not to be great? Your playing small does not serve the world." And a lot of us are not serving the world because we're playing small. We're playing small. And we don't realize that when you're without, just go within. A lot of us are looking for outside validation. We're looking for our parents, our family, our cousins to tell us that we're good at something. When the truth is, you should be focusing on your strength, not your weaknesses. When you go to school, they tell you that you should improve on this. I say that's BS. That's belief system, right? They tell you, oh, you should improve here. The truth is, you work with your strength, work with your strength. And we can go on and on about that. But all I do in short is I meet people, whether we're doing it here on a live or when we meet privately. I can tell within 60 seconds of us engaging in a conversation, I can tell by the energy, the exchange, if a person is low has low self-esteem, if a person is confident or too cocky, because because this is what I've learned. Behind fear, behind anger, there's usually fear. A person who's angry all the time, because I used to be that person, it was because I had a lot of fear. So I got to learn a lot about myself. Therefore, I'm able to help others because of being a U.S. Marine veteran. I'm challenged with PTSD. I was labeled bipolar. I was labeled diagnosed with PTSD. So I have years and years of therapy, years and years of rehab. And so I'm able to bring all that experience to the Spiritual Fitness Academy, which I founded along with my beautiful wife, Daniela, several years ago.
Wow, 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 wow. See,
Thank you.
this is the man. He didn't even hesitate to share his fears. Otherwise, he can show up like, man, I'm the U.S. Marine veteran, man, right? But he already, like peeled himself, his layers after layers. Otherwise, he can use that coat, he can use that hat, like I'm the U.S. Marine man, and I gotta be that macho man. But he mentioned about
Right.
PTSD, guys. I did it to hashtag 22 days push-up challenge to let our veterans know, like, I'm with you, man, I'm with you. Because of you, myself as well as the countries of the world are safe and secure, brother. So
Thank you,
amazing.
brother. Thank
Yeah.
you,
So
brother. And you mentioned, if you don't mind me sharing this, you
yeah, go
mentioned
ahead.
soldiers. You know the book that I launched in Canada. Remember, I'm a U.S.
Yes.
American,
Mm.
and Robert J. Moore, who we love and is a mutual publisher, he published my book, and I got some backlash here in the U.S. because my cover, I had the Canadian and American cover on my book because I wanted to honor not only our U.S. veterans, but I wanted to honor veterans who fought for their country and their beliefs. So I don't know if you remember, but I launched that off the stage in Canada at the Magnetic Entrepreneur. It was a Saturday when we had that, and we launched it at noon, and it went number one bestseller.
Amen,
Oh,
amen, amen.
thank you, brother.
Wow. Brother, the Emilio who born X years ago, and before, on top of that, before he born, 9 months, approximately 9 months before, that little sperm came out of 700 millions, half a billion, and he made it, man. He won. That's why you born. It's not the other way. Like, you won. That's why you won. So you are the
Right.
people say, like, I'm the born winner. No, man. You won first, and then you won. So share your story from that moment to up to now, your journey in brief, in short. Go ahead, brother.
Sure, sure. No, no, thank you for that. I'll give you the Reader's Digest version, right? I'll give you. So, I grew up in a place called Connecticut, but then my mother transferred us into Camden, and so I grew up in a Latino Catholic Christian community. But it was a time in the 1970s, 80s, where it was a different world, right? It was a different world, and so my mom had her own challenges and struggles. So I found myself on a school night. My mom did the best that she could with what she had. She was a single mom. She was in and out of relationships because my dad wasn't around. Okay, they had split up. So my mom found her way in the U.S. With the love and care of family and friends because she left Puerto Rico at 13 years old. So she left
Oh,
Puerto Rico at 13 years old, and so she came back and forth to Puerto Rico, and then she had me. I was like the third child, and then
oh,
yeah, so it was just to kind of give you a quick story. So she had her challenges, right? And so she was hurt by relationships with my dad, and she was always trying to find us a daddy, right? Somebody that'll be supportive. And in that, I got to become very resentful because I became very resentful, very hurtful young boy. And because a school night, I was just talking about on a school night, it didn't happen all the time, but I found myself had to be at school at 7:30 in the morning. and 11 o'clock at night, I'm in a bar. I'm in a bar, and so the school was the only place that I found to be safe. I found
Oh,
safety, but and because we moved around a lot, I got left back in first grade. So I didn't know how to read. I didn't know how to read. That's why today I read books. There's a reason. And I remember you said you were insecure. You know how you said you were insecure? Well, I was one of those kids. I was like, please don't call on me. Like when you're in school, you don't want to be called, right? So I didn't know how to read. So I was embarrassed because when you're in a group setting, kids can be really, really tough. So really quickly, I, I I learned how to read by buying the newspaper. I bought a newspaper called USA Today. It had a lot of colors, and so I taught myself how to read that way. So a lot of people today don't understand, like, why do I read so much? Why do I buy books? Why do I support authors? It comes from that pain. And as you know, my brand talks about spiritual fitness. The book is called Spiritual Fitness Survivor. We're all survivors. And how to turn your struggles into strength. So my struggle was I was embarrassed. I didn't feel good enough. I felt like nobody gave a crap. And to kind of bring it home, I was told by my family and friends that by the time I would be 21 years old, I would either be dead or incarcerated.
oh man.
And here I am at 50 years old. But by the grace of God, but by the grace of God, and people like
Wow,
you that I
wow, wow,
thank
wow,
you.
wow, 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 wow. Please forgive me if I, awaken some pains, but your
No, it's okay.
pain. Okay, appreciate that, brother.
It's
Because
okay.
see, this is the man from where he started, what he went through. The boy who was told like he was not good in reading, and same boy not only became the author, not only became the number one international bestseller, not only became the Guinness World Records, by being the author, but became also the publisher and creating the tsunami of authors, man. Right?
Amen.
Wow. Also, you mentioned about the struggle of your mom. Your mom is a warrior, and one warrior mother can give such a birth like you, brother. So hats up to your
Thank you.
mother and parents, brother.
Thank you,
Yeah.
brother. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Yes. My so to honor my mom, because even though I share the story, I only share the story for the message because they say that your mess is your message, right?
Wow.
And so, you
Love it.
know,
One more time. One more time. One more time. Your
yeah,
mess is your message.
yes,
Wow.
correct. Yes.
You know
So
what? You know
so
what? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Gandhi's quotation is my life is my message, right? My quotation is my book is my message, and your quotation is your mess is, is your message, is my message.
hey,
My mess is my message. Wow, man, I love it. I never had in my life of 50 years, like, my mess is my message. Wow, your
yeah,
message is
no,
my.
thank you, brother. Yeah, no, thank you for that. And I'm sure it's been said multiple times. Like you, we read and we pick up things, and it just becomes natural conversation. Uh,
Yes, yes.
so, so I've learned that through my mess, is I've been able to impact, I've been able to influence, and I actually make an income by sharing my message, which a lot of people in this time and age, they feel like they shouldn't be able to, or they don't know where to start. you know you have an opportunity through you and through others to share your story, because if you don't tell your story, somebody else will. Okay.
Mhm, mhm.
And that's why I love the opportunity that you gave me to come on your platform. You, by your own right, are a celebrity guru. You, by your own right, have honored your father by becoming a doctor, right? You have honored all of us because you've learned the spiritual principles of life, that you can only get to keep what you give away. That's a real spiritual principle, right? You literally, you literally give and pour your heart out. Every time I've seen you at any event I've seen you at, you are always pouring out. You're praying, you're blessing others. You're not a selfish man. In this life, you cannot be selfish, because if you hold on to love, if you hold on to resentment, you're only choking off the abundance that's available to you.
Wow, 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 my brother. Again, you gave me tears of eyes, and I'm again
Thank you.
honored, humble, blessed, and to have yourself on the celebrity, you are the celebrity showman. Wow, man. Because
Thank
a
you.
person like you, Emilio, the celebrity is the celebrity. Because a person like you are the celebrity show is the you are the celebrity show. And because the person like you, this is the genesis of the celebrity guru. Like, God put like person like Emilio, Raymond Aaron, and Robert Jimmer, and I can go on and on and on, Rihanna Lawala, Swami Vishwananda, and lots of, so I don't want to give injustice to anybody else, right? But there are tons and tons of, and all those jigsaw puzzles came, and then God created this masterpiece.
Yeah,
Now,
bro.
Emilio, when you and I are in the room, man, nobody else can match our energy, man. Right? Nobody
That's the
else, man.
truth.
Nobody else, man.
No one
The
can.
very few people come to close my energy to match that or bypass my energy are very few. I can count like even less than 10. I tell you, less than 10. And you are one of those less than 10, brother. One of those less than 10 on out of 8 billion people who can either close to my energy or match my energy or bypass my energy, man.
Thank you. Hey, that's a compliment,
Yeah.
brother. I take that.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that, and also you appreciate my energy too. I know that lots of time we always even this guy is full of energy. Now my question to you is: once upon a time, you were like down low. People put you down there. People say 21, you'll be dead, or like that.
Yes,
So
yes.
now, Emilio, I know that stuff like, and especially our own says like that, man. Come on, man. You created me. You gave birth and this and that, and you are saying the person who gave the birth like this, man. Come on. Now my question to you is the energy you are having right now is the cover up of those energy the one you want age to have, or this is the blessing of the god? What's the secret right now? The energy are you having? So right now the one way covering up in a way is like, man,
Mhm.
once upon a time, man, people, man, chew me up, man. People, man, put me down in the graveyard, this and that. But still, I
Mhm.
survived. 50 years, still, I survived. Now, man, I'm so such an energy, man. So nobody can come to me, man, touch me, and bring that to me the way I used to be, or maybe
Mhm.
the blessing of God, man. God is like wanna come through you, and let your energy pass through the world, to make the more than the dent in the universe. So, which one is this energy, Emilio?
Yeah, well, listen, I'm loving this. I'm loving the exchange. How I like to explain that is that I have identified along with my mentors and things that I've read that there are two types of laws. Have you ever heard there's two types of laws? There's man-made laws and then there's spiritual laws, or you can call them divine laws. I break man-made laws all day long. Okay, man-made laws are designed to be broken. I and I can explain that in detail. But spiritual laws, I don't play with that. Okay, so for example, gratitude. I wake up in the morning and during the course of my day, I say thank you. Whoever you and I believe is the creator, whoever put this thing together, the one thing people can agree on, they disagree about where we came from and everything, but they all agree we're going somewhere. Either we're going to go. So okay, so for me, I say my gratitude. I say my gratitude over 100 times a day. I'm thankful. I'm when I pay my bills, I put thank you on the bills. You know why? A lot.
Wow.
Yeah, I say thank you when I everywhere because if you don't have gratitude, if you are not thankful for the little things, how can you expect God or divine intelligence to give you the bigger things? Because how we do one thing is how we do everything. Okay.
Amazing.
So I just wanted to give you the comparison. When I say I break man-made laws, I'm not out there trying to get arrested. But what I'm saying to you is man has made up laws and they're designed to be broken. You can take the most extreme cases like death, murder, right? If I went out in Toronto and I killed someone on the street and I have no justifiable, my ass is going to jail. My Puerto Rican ass is going to jail. Right? Now,
Yes.
if 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 it happened the other way around when a police officer shot me, right?
Yeah.
Um, or they arrested me because I killed another police officer, guess what? If the state gave me murder charges, that person like it's justifiable. Murder is justifiable in the eyes of the state. You see
Mhm.
that? Now,
Yeah.
so here in the U.S., I don't know how it is in Canada, but that all of a sudden, let's just say I committed the most heinous crime. Did you know that at the last minute, the governor or the president has the option to say, no, we're going to pardon him? Did you see that?
Yes, of
Man made
course. Yes.
laws, every man made law is designed to be broken. Every man made law. Now, so I don't play around with spiritual laws. For example, you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
Okay. If I talk back, if I talk behind your back, if I cheat on you, if I lie to, man, guess what? Call it karma, call it divine intervention, call it whatever you want to. Don't play around with those laws, because those laws, you'll pay the ultimate price. I'm
Ultimately
giving,
amazing, absolutely man-made laws and spiritual, divine laws.
yes,
Again,
brother.
so same question. So the energy you are having is because of the divine laws you are following. That's why the energy is
That
having.
that's
Absolutely,
that's
man.
it.
Well, well
Yeah,
said. Well,
you know why? Because when I wasn't practicing those spiritual laws, that's when I found myself drinking, I found myself drugging, I found myself, remember this, hurt people, right? So because when I was a kid, everyone knows about this, I was molested not once but twice by family
really.
members. Right.
Oh
Yeah. So I share this. I share this openly because it will help somebody. So I've learned that if you don't talk about these things that happen to you, you cannot heal in secret.
man.
You or me cannot heal in secret. Most of
Mhm.
us have these things and we're quiet about it. We don't talk about it. We hope nobody knows what's going on. But whatever
Mm.
you and me do in private, whatever we do in private, always comes out in public. Always.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. And today also I knew about another Emilio. Like, you shared about like you were molested not once but twice, and from close family members.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh
And that's
man.
why
Like,
forgiveness, right? Forgiveness.
yeah,
That's why I
absolutely.
talk about what? I talk about gratitude,
Yeah.
forgiveness, and service. A cause
Always.
bigger than yourself. Those
Always.
are the three energies that I work on every day. That's how I live my life. I don't
Wow.
I don't talk like everybody else talks. I I cuss out whatever. I get angry, but I have to go back to those values. I value I value forgiveness, because if I don't, I'm only hurting myself.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So let's say yesterday was 24 hours you got from God, whatever the faith you believe. So out of 24 hours, how many moments you follow physical laws and how many moments you follow spiritual laws out of 24 years yesterday?
Okay, so you're saying if I had 24 hours to live, or you're saying out of
Okay,
24?
yesterday was today's 28th of October, yesterday was 27th of October, right?
Yeah,
So in 27th of October, you got 24 hours from God, right?
24
So
hours
after
from
24
God.
hours, how many hours you lived the man-made laws and how many
Um,
hours or how many seconds you lived the spiritual laws yesterday?
sh- sure. So what I do is divine laws. First thing, I wake up before my feet hits the ground. I'm dealing with spiritual laws all day long. I mean, I'm dealing with them. I have challenges. I have challenges, and I find out that when I'm crossing over into a man-made law, like I'm breaking a law. When I say breaking a law, um, I'm not intentionally setting out to
Mhm.
do this, but I know that rules are in place to keep us all safe. But there's people who abuse that power, and so I understand. I meet change with change. I meet force with force. I don't bring a gun to a knife fight. So if someone is coming at me a certain way, I'm going to come at them that certain way. Okay.
Got
In 24 hour, I am doing my best to live by uh, by spiritual laws. When I'm right now talking with you, if I hear the sound of an ambulance, if I hear the sound of a police car, I'm praying. I'm saying, I hope whoever it is in need, I hope that they're okay. I hope that there's a positive outcome. So I'm always in a state of gratitude, because guess what I've learned, Dr. PPP, that when the shit hits the fan, and it will, right? When it will, because it's like a deposit, because I've been grateful, those situations and circumstances don't consume me like they used to. Because I used to get mad, angry, and I was that way all the time. You can tell by my personality. I have a type A personality. I can be pretty aggressive, right? So talk about energy. Ready?
it.
Everything is energy. So I've learned to channel that energy into gratitude. I've learned to channel that energy of unforgiveness and anger into forgiveness. I've learned to channel my regular energy into getting not being so selfish and being of service. So those are the three things that I work with energy.
Beautiful. So in number, let's say after 24 hours,
Okay.
numbers, you explained very nicely, amazingly,
Yeah.
and
Sure.
definitely I pray to God, like, your
Hmm.
divine laws, the way you are living, go more
Hmm.
and more increase, right? Okay. But again,
Hmm.
if somebody asks, give me the number, yesterday 24 hours you got, after 24
Okay.
hours, how many hours did you live the spiritual laws? How many hours did you live
Yeah.
the man-made laws? Just give you the number. No story, just
Sure.
a number.
Sure. I would say 24 hours. I would say at least 20 hours of, because I'm sleeping, right? So 24 hours, let's just say I'm sleeping 8. So then let's break that down. So I would say if I had 12 waking hours, right? I would say definitely 8 to 9 hours. I'm definitely practicing gratitude for everything. I'm definitely that's
Ah,
my
wow,
energy.
wow. Wow, man. Man, you are the gratitude guru, man. You are the gratitude guru of the universe, man. Because I never seen very few people I have seen, very few celebrities I have seen who are living out of 24 hours, removing the subtracting the sleeping hours, 8 hours. So basically, out of 16, you are living 9 hours, man. A spiritual man-made man, spiritual laws. Hats up to you, brother. You are the gratitude guru of the universe, man.
Thank you, brother. I wake up with gratitude and I end with gratitude. And if you don't mind, can I share what I do at the end of at the end of the day? What I do is, so again, my wife and I we wake up to doing something called spiritual journaling. That for 4 minutes we put a timer on and we put what am I grateful for? I'm grateful for being on Dr. PPP's show. I'm grateful that I woke up this morning. I'm grateful that I have a car payment. Right? Some people don't. They're not thankful. They want the car, they get it,
Mhm,
but when they make the payment, they get pissed off. I mean,
mhm.
it's what you wanted. It's your blessing. Don't discount it. So I'm always thankful for what I have. And then at the end of the day, what I do is I ask myself a question. Did I hurt someone with my words? Did I hurt someone with my thoughts? Did I hurt
Mhm,
someone with my deeds, my actions?
mhm,
And if the universe is going to give it to you, it's going to come up. You're going to be like, yeah, I treated that cashier, I treated her like a jerk. I threw something at her or I said something. If that's the case, I go into my Hawaii Ho'oponopono. And Ho'oponopono, as you know, I'm sorry, please forgive
mhm.
me, thank you, I love you. So I send silent blessings to people because that's the only way to release that energy. Otherwise, I wake up in the morning hanging on to resentment and it's easy to snowball. So I practice those four powerful words. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And by the way, that's the Hawaiian ancient art of forgiveness and healing.
Aloha, 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 man. I've been to
Aloha,
Hawaii.
brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I have the timeshare in Bahamas, so I have so much connection with Hawaiian people. Once to Hawaii too, and also Bahamian
Amen,
people,
brother.
man.
Amen.
One day I took my back-to-back cruise to Bahamas, man. Man. Yeah, I took the cruise, came back to Florida, and then the same day evening also took the cruise and came back to Bahamas, right? So I have so much connection with Bahamian,
I
and
love
when
that.
you share this story, man, love it, love it, love it.
Amen. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
now from energy, we are going to moving toward the relationship, man.
Sure.
I've seen the fire within you and your love of your life, Daniela, man. And one day you put the post, the fire, and you and Daniela, man. I couldn't resist, but I just do something tacky stuff, and I said, man, you wanna see the love? This is the love, man. You wanna see the fire, man? This is the
Thank you.
fire, man. Man. So, what's the secret of your amazing Kama Sutra kind of love with your love of your life? The amazing spiritual love with your love of your life with Daniela. What's the secret, brother?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for honoring my beautiful and supportive wife. There's times where I'll be honest with you. That's why this practice is so important. There's times I don't feel worthy of having her in my life. There's times where I feel like, wow, she needs to have someone better because of my personality. Because of my personality, um, if I let a thought run away with me, I can be that guy. I can be that jerk. you know.
Mhm.
So that's why, and she is so passionate, she's so understanding, and we have connected. You know, they say opposites attract, right? So I'm the more out there spoken, and and she's just really supportive of what we do. You know, she loves you, she always appreciates you, um, and so what can I say other than I have to fall back on spiritual principles, right? I have to be grateful, and I have to remind myself that I am worthy, that I do deserve. You know, the universe never responds to need. The universe responds to who deserves. So when I find those thoughts come to me like, oh, I'm not deserving of this, I have to go to my mantras and say, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm loved. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm loved. So when that's what I say in the morning. I say it in the shower. You asked me the question, how often do I practice this? To me, this saved my life. Remember, I was supposed to be dead or in jail by the time I was 21. So me learning these principles, all of us have our minds that go crazy. They run away with us. So these principles I practice them because they keep me alive.
Emilio, man, 30 years ago, you were supposed to under 6 feet, according to the people who used to tell you. After
Yeah.
30 years, you're in front of me in this universe. Same thing, 30 years ago, I went to suicide myself. I went to end myself. Only fraction of seconds were there, and God took my life, changed my life. So 30 plus 30, 60 years after that moment, Emilio, those moments we have to now give to the world, the
Sure.
last 30 years you lived, last 30 years I lived, and we gotta speed up, brother. We gotta speed up. 8 billion people are
Yes.
waiting for our message, man. So let's speed
Amen.
up. Also you
Amen. You know,
mentioned, hey man, yeah, man, yeah. Also you
go.
mentioned about when I asked about yesterday 24 hours, how many hours did you live spiritually and man made? You subtracted 8 hours of sleeping, brother. Whole of your day you do 9 hours of spiritual lodge, man. Those 8 hours of sleeping are the spiritual sleep, man. So add those 8 hours of sleeping into spiritual one. So you are out of 24 hours, not 9 hours you are following the
Mhm.
spiritual lodge, but 9 plus 8, 17 hours you are practicing spiritual lodge,
Amen.
which
Hey,
is
yeah.
so, yeah. So almost 70%, so out of 100% of your day, 70% you're following spiritual laws, man. And I'm looking
Amen.
forward you living 100% out of 100% spiritual laws, man. And that's the day, man. That's the day God's or whatever the faith you believe, man, is gonna proud of you, man. This is my messenger, man. This is my messenger. I send you the way I sent Jesus, the way I sent Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, or I send other thousand messengers, man. This is also my messenger, man. And it's
Yeah.
happening.
It's
I'm seeing it, man. It's happening, man. From minus, spiritual laws to you came to zero, and from zero to you came to 17, man. You can reach 24. Man. Yeah, it's like
yeah.
yeah, man. God did from
It,
zero to minus to 17, man. And minus how much, man. I don't, who am I to judge, those moments when how much you are minus in,
right.
minus of the spiritual laws, man. Look at that, man. So amazing. Amazing. What's the most memorable moment with Daniela?
Man, wow. We built in the short time that we've been married. For we're going on like 3 years. We're going to celebrate a 3 year anniversary in May. We got married in Hawaii. I don't know if you know
Wow.
this. We got married in Hawaii. And when you said we got married in a place called Magic Island, Hawaii. So when you
Wow.
said, yes, so it's called Magic Island, which is in Waikiki. It's in Waikiki area.
I've been there, man. I've been Waikiki, man. I've been Waikiki. A beautiful place. Beautiful place. Yeah.
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 So yeah. So it's a great question. So in terms of memories, we built so many, but let me tell you, be the most memorable that I have, because she and I, you probably didn't know this, and people watching this didn't know this. She and I went to high school together. Did she tell? So ready for this? Because I'm in a public place, so I have to be so ready for this. So ready for this? She when Danielle and I connected, she says to me, "You don't remember me." I said, I said, "You sat in the front row. This is back in 1980, 88, and 89. She sat she sat in the front row. She was beautiful like she is today. She always came in and she always got in trouble because she chewed gum. So when she says you don't remember me in high school, I said, "Oh, I remember you." She told me I had the biggest crush on you, but she never told me. She t- so the first conversation that Danielle and I had a couple of years ago when we connected, because she saw me doing fitness on Facebook, she goes, "Hey Emilio, you probably didn't know that I had the biggest crush on you." And the first words that came out of my mouth were, "Why didn't you tell me this before? We would have we would have had 5 grandbabies by now." So so I
Let me observe that thought, man. Why didn't tell me that time we would have 5 grandbabies?
I said, "Hey man, hey, testosterone levels were high back in high school." But so so when she said, "Oh, you didn't remember me," I told her exactly what class she was in. I told her exactly where she sat, and I told her that she always chewed gum. So the teacher would always stop the class and say, "Daniela," because we went to Catholic school. So Daniela, ready for this? The teacher would, whatever it was, it's kind of crazy, but the teacher took the gum from her in the hand, and then Daniela, when she sat back down, guess what she did? She always carried around a pack of gum. She put another gum in her mouth. She always got in trouble for that. True story. True story.
In USA, this the question I asked, that was the art of questions, right? There are lots of styles of question. One is like, okay, are you pregnant? You're going to say right away, no, ma'am. Okay, right? But that's you close the conversation right there, right? So that's one close question. One is open ended, like, mm, tell me about your today. How's your today going on? Maybe you talk, we wake up, the gratitude, blah 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 blah, and waiting for this show, and also waiting for me on your show. Okay, that's conversation. Also, that's open ended. But the
Open ended.
one I ask you, that one, like I use, what was the most memorable
Yeah.
moment with Daniela love of your life? Because
Right.
then you have to go through all these moments, the moment
Mm-hmm.
you met since childhood, the one Daniela who was chewing the gum from that moment onwards up to now, and you have
Mm-hmm.
to go through all this memory. Out of that one, you have to catch one, and so when you use in the question the most word, most, right,
Yeah.
then you have to go through all this memory and come up with
Sure.
the one. That's why you went back, rolling of eyes, this and that, all
Mm-hmm.
this just because of the question, and I learned
Yeah.
from, again, my mentor Raymond Aaron. I paid money to learn that, communication and speakers workshop. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know
Now,
what? To be honest with you, no, thank you for that. So I would have to say, out of all the memorable ones, let me share with you the one that's the most uncomfortable, but it is the most memorable, right?
sure.
Because I was, it's special when you're a couple, and especially when you're a newlywed. Events like Valentine are real special, right? Like these are
Of course.
once a
Of
year special. So let me share it because you're part of that story. So,
course. Really?
yeah. So this year,
Yeah.
2020,
Mm.
Valentine's. Remember, I was where? I was flying into
Yeah,
Toronto to
yeah,
receive the
yeah.
Guinness Book of World Records. So that
Yeah.
fell on Valentine's. So that's what really showed me that that's the most memorable because it was uncomfortable for me because uh, I'm leaving my wife, you know, and she said to me, "You know what? Because we had all these plans for Valentine. We already had a location. We were going to fly to a location, and
Wow.
and so she said to me, "You know what? Go ahead," because I almost didn't do the Guinness Book of World Records. I almost didn't do it because my marriage. So when you ask me what's the most memorable one, it was one of the most uncomfortable ones, but it showed me where her heart is. That's why you'll always hear me say, "My beautiful, supportive wife." I always
Yes.
say that because it's the truth. She always supports me, And she'll tell me when, believe me, she'll tell me, she'll get in my face and say, I think that's stupid. You shouldn't do that. but for this, but for this event, she made the sacrifice, and
Wow.
she allowed me to do that. And because I did that, we're in the Guinness Book of World Records. You and I, along with Robert J. Moore, and along a lot, I was able to help a lot of other people come to the event, and we sat VIP front row. You know that I was a sponsor. You know I
Yeah.
sponsored the Guinness Book of World Record. It's on the banner. There you go, Emilio Roman International. Bam. I like that. Thank you so much, brother. So we've been able to impact other people because of what? Gratitude, forgiveness, and service. Thinking about others, people.
Wow, 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 man.
Thank you.
Wow. You must have heard about this too. Like every successful man, there is a woman, right?
You know it.
And
You know it.
Daniela is the woman behind this great gentleman, the one right now talking to you, my celebrities, man.
Thank you.
And did you hear this one? Every behind every unsuccessful man, there are two women.
I've never heard that, but I will never forget it. Hey, just tell that to President Bill Clinton.
Oh man, I went actually. Okay, you mentioned about President Bill Clinton. Hold on. Now, man, you mentioned about President Bill Clinton, man. Oh man, I was not planned about this one. Okay, this is the story. When I was in India, early 90s, President Bill Clinton became the president of USA, and President Clinton was in Indian media. At those time, there was no social media, but India's print media in the newspapers, on the TV, right? And then I got the dream that I'm going to meet President of USA, Mr. Bill Clinton. So this is 1990s, approximately 1990. Then I came to 1996, right? 1997, I was going to attend a wedding, one of my cousin's wedding. And that wedding was boycotted by all the relatives, including her parents were living in the right across the street, but still even they didn't attend the that wedding because my cousin was already engaged from the guy from India with same last name Patel, and that my cousin was started working at Atlantic City, fall in love with same last name Patel, but the subdivision was different, right? And she was already engaged, right? So family boycotted, man. I said, man, love is God is love, love is God, man. This brother is coming, my sister from all the way from Toronto. I went through Greyhound to Atlantic City, right? First trip through bus, right? And at 42nd Street, there was a 1 hour hold, 1 hour waiting period. So I was,
Sure.
mingling around, and then I saw a small little booth. Now we don't see in North America, but in those days there was a small little booth with a picture, and it says you have the opportunity to have the picture with Bill Clinton, President of USA.
Wow.
And
Mhm.
man, you know what happened? I I just sit beside that booth, and then I got the picture with Mr. Clinton, and that was the picture, like in 1997. Okay, look at my hair.
Hey,
Look at my
you
hair.
have
Can you
more hair.
recognize me? Even I don't have that time to cut my hair money because I was comparing. Oh my God, $6 or whatever the money for the hair cutting means this many Indian rupees. So I just grew my hair, man. This is the guy, man, right?
Amen.
And then what happened is I came home, I attended the marriage, man, and sister was happy. Even I stayed with her parents home, but her parents didn't come to
Mhm.
this wedding, even though right across the wedding was right across, man, right? And then after coming the home, what I did is mm, oh man, okay. mm, okay, I then laminate increase. First of all, I laminate that picture, make it the
Mhm.
bigger one, and
I
laminate that
loved it.
picture, right?
I
And
loved it.
then
Mhm.
yeah, and then what happened, uh 2009, I came to know like Bill Clinton is coming to my country, coming to my city, man, to launch his book, Bill Clinton back to work. Okay, so
Mm.
I just visualized that, and I went there, and there was a huge lineup of the people, who already pre-ordered the book. I didn't have chance to pre-order. I just came last minute, right? So I was praying, man, God, man, since 1990, that was my dream to meet him. he's in my town in that Indigo store, and that store was closed for other people. Only the people who bought that book, they are only allowed to meet Mr. Clinton. Okay, so can you
Wow.
imagine, man, from 1990 to 2009, 19 years of waiting, man. And then I said, God made me happen to on the spot to pre-order the book. I
Hmm.
pre-ordered the book, and then from the security people,
Hmm.
they were like, so tight, man. Man, president,
Right.
like
Right.
any
Yes.
president.
Secret Service.
It's so
Secret
tight, man.
Service.
No, yeah, you're not supposed to bring camera or
I
phone or
know.
nothing, man. Man, I got a mastery of meeting the celebrities all my life, man. I sneak around my camera the way, man. The security people couldn't touch it, man. Couldn't find it, man. And then I sneak around with my camera, man. And this is the selfie I took.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah. God bless you. Yeah.
Right,
You
man?
look.
Right, sir.
Yeah.
So, and then you mentioned about talking to Bill Clinton. I met, he shook hand with me, man. I touched Mr. Clinton's feet, man. We Indian, Hindu people, we do that, right? Who you were,
Wow.
and this is my man who I fall in love with him, man, man, right? And then, yeah, man, but I didn't have chance to tell him, man, why did you do that, man? Why did you lie to the people of the USA? Like, I do not have sexual relationship with that woman, man. Man.
Yeah.
But again, I met him not only once, I met twice too. Second time also met. That's another story. But this is man your story. But yeah, man. Maybe I can
Yeah.
share my another
N-
story on your for the one year.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. We want to do this. If you don't mind, I think they're going to be closing up where I'm at. So
Okay.
I'm honored. This is
Okay.
amazing.
Okay, so now if you're okay, already we are 52 minutes. So yeah, man, what are the 60 seconds message you would love to share with the world? 60 seconds you have, Emilio, to share your message. Take it away, brother.
Thank you. I'm going to go with the mission. My mission is, again, I help people tap into their spiritual gifts. A lot of us are working, uh, not working with our gifts, our talents. And I'm telling people to connect to people like Dr. PPP, watch his shows. You can walk away more empowered. You can walk away feeling like life is good. I know that pandemic is happening. It's a real thing. Some people may call it a pandemic, whatever's going on, but you have to be around a community of people. It takes a village. It takes us. I need you. You need me. Okay, we need each other. So this is not a time to isolate. Isolation is separation. When you are part of a community, that's where you grow. You grow professionally and spiritually. So the final message is here. Whether you connect with me and my community, spiritualfitnessacademy.com, or whether you communicate and stay connected to Dr. PPP. But I encourage you to do something. I encourage you to get involved in a community. And the last thing I'll say is to find a way every day to practice gratitude and to let go, practice unforgiveness. And the last thing is service. Get involved in a cause that's greater than yourself. You- okay, that's all I'll leave you with. And thank you for the opportunity.
Wow, wow, wow. Amazing, Emilio. I'm honored, humble, blessed, privileged, and super excited to have you on the Celebrity TV. You are the Celebrity Show.
Yeah.
Emilio, may God keep blessing you, Daniela, your family, your mission, your passion, your purpose, and vision to make more than the dent in the universe, man. Believe in your wildest dreams. Don't let anybody steal your dreams. Just do it now. We are going to love this one now. If Trump can win, 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 so can you. You're the celebrity day, the celebrity life. You are the celebrity. Guys, join us after 50 minutes with Emilio's platform, and we are going to have another blast to change your life because awaken the awakening within you and 1 billion plus people. Awaken the celebrity within you and 1 billion plus people. That's the celebrity guru, the awaken guru's mission, passion, purpose, and vision. Send lots of hearts, wow, likes, and share it like crazy, man. Guys, people are sharing like bad videos, and that become viral, man. This is the video must go viral, man.
Thank
Now
you.
the ball is on your court, my whoever is you're watching, man. If you are the man of God, man, this message must go viral, man. If nudity goes viral, man, the spirituality goes viral too. So make it happen. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.